Hey everybody, come on in. I'm back at it again, cooking. What I'm starting here is some fried sweet potatoes. So come on in. Hope y'all are having a God bless afternoon. Well, it's actually evening, so I'm getting some dinner started. I'm going to be doing some fried sweet potatoes like my mama used to fry, and some fried pork chops, and I've got leftover veggies from yesterday. So I'm at it again with my, I've already started, obviously you can see I've already started slicing my sweet potatoes. So I'll put these in here. And I've sliced four, let's say the equivalent of four nice medium sweet potatoes. These are local, as they call them, sweet potatoes that were dug out of the ground right here in Wayne County. My friend always gives me sweet potatoes and fish. As a child, I loved when my mom used to slice sweet potatoes, and she'd always let me have some to eat. These are good. I love to taste them and see how sweet they are naturally. And with fried sweet potatoes, you really don't have to put a lot of, well, here we go with the noise again, y'all. You don't have to put a lot of sugar in these because you don't want sugary sweet, just sweet enough to pull out that natural flavor of sweet potatoes, and they're so good. And you use lots of butter, so you have that good old nice buttery taste to them. So put that over there. I'm gonna use my nice new knives. They make life so much easier, but I've still got to get another cutting board. I guess I could turn the sound down, but I'm almost done. These knives are good and sharp, y'all. Okay. I've already got my butter heating up over there, so we're gonna go right over to the stove and get these started. It takes a little bit to fry these, probably about 4 or 5 minutes, so they fry and they all get nice and soft enough. Okay, so we got the potatoes cut. That'll make a nice little pan. Okay, so I'm gonna use about a 3/4 of a cup of butter, or Smart Start. And you need the oil, the butter, oil, whatever you're cooking in. I'm doing this in all butter. The oil needs to be fairly hot. So what I'm going to do is not to use a lot of sugar. I'm probably going to use about a 1/2 cup of sugar. I'm going to use some stevia, and then I'm going to use some honey. This is about maybe 1.5 pounds of potatoes. So I'm going to go ahead, make sure that oil is good and hot. I'm going to get as hot as I can without burning or scorching that butter. And then I'll go ahead and start putting them in, and I'll sprinkle them with my seasoning. Just a tiny bit of salt. I always put in this amount of sweet potatoes. Probably, well, let's say this is 2 pounds, more like 2 pounds of sweet potatoes. I'm going to put about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to start out with a 1/2 cup of sugar. And then I'm going to put a couple of tablespoons of stevia and a couple of tablespoons of honey. That will give us the sweetness that we need without having to put a lot of sugar in there. I'm trying to cut back on my sugar also. So here we go. Let's just go ahead and start them in. Mama used to fry these up for us, and they are so good. And of course, she made biscuits with the ones that she cooked. You know how that goes. Fried biscuits and, baked biscuits, those flat biscuits, and these candy fried potatoes were so good. Just go ahead and put the rest in. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and get these coated really good with my butter. Okay. So hope you're having a God bless day today. The weather is beautiful today. Today is Tuesday. I'm telling you, the week is rolling already. So it's Tuesday. Still feeling pretty good. Hope you are. I'm gonna be adding some cinnamon and vanilla as my seasoning. So about 2 or 3 tablespoons of vanilla. This is nutmeg. Y'all know I always put a little bit of, about an 1/8 teaspoon of nutmeg to give it the authentic sweet potato flavor. And about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay. Like I said, keep that heat up high because you don't want them. You want fried potatoes. You don't want to get them all steamed up like you fried, because I like that just a little bit of crust on them. That's my couple tablespoons of vanilla flavor. Y'all know this is going to be so good. For any of you that's ever fried sweet potatoes, or if someone has fried them, if you ate them growing up, you know how good they are. So this is going to be really good. Those nice sweet potatoes. Oh, whew, you can smell that nutmeg and cinnamon coming off those potatoes, and you can smell that buttery flavor in there. This is absolutely wonderful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle about a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Y'all know I use this, I use sea salt. So about a 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. I'm going to let them fry a little while, maybe about 10 to 12 minutes before I actually go ahead and put the sugar in. Because once I put the sugar in, it'll start to stick. So I'm going to just let these fry as long as I can before putting that sugar in. And what you have to keep doing for the entire time that they're cooking, you have to go ahead, if you want them fried, you got to let them, you got to stir in them and make sure that you got enough oil in the bottom of that pan or butter. The butter is holding up pretty good. Haven't had to add any so far. But the aroma of that, that cinnamon and nutmeg and vanilla, priceless, y'all. Priceless. You know, I was talking to Tanya, Lady T, and we were just talking about how you mix certain flavors together. Sometimes you may not have, say, like lemon pepper, how you can make it. You can use a little vinegar, use some black pepper, and put a couple other seasonings in there. And because it tastes so good, your palate, you know, unless it's a trained palate, you won't be able to distinguish if it's vinegar or if it's lemon pepper for real. So, but anyway, you see, you mainly want to slice your potatoes about that, with that thickness right there. I got a couple that might be a little bit thick, so I'll get them toward the bottom, but they'll be okay, and everything will be nice and soft when they finish cooking up. And these are fresh sweet potatoes out of the ground, right from here in Wayne County. So, we're just going to let those fry. Now that I'm confident that the the butter is on every potato, I'm going to let them fry for a little while. Then I'm going to get over here and get my oil prepared for my pork chops. I'm going to go ahead and start frying them in a few minutes. Like I was saying, I still have some of these nice veggies that I made yesterday, the stir fry that I made yesterday. Excuse me, that went with the tea. So I've got enough for a couple of servings left. So we're going to steam those up, and that's going to be the veggies. So for most meals, I try to get a veggie in there. Okay. I'm just going to put these off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and get my chops ready. You know, the pork chops that we like to eat, and again, I remember them being called pork steak because they were thinner, they were bigger, and then they had the bone in. I don't care that much for the, you know, the real thick center cut pork chops unless I'm baking them or fried ones. I like those thin ones with the fat and the bone and all that in them because they fry up so good when you're eating them. Oh my goodness. So I got the oil ready for that. Let's see. You know, somebody was telling me, I was looking at one, I was going back through one of my videos yesterday. It's amazing what you can see when you look back. And I wasn't really, you know, just checking for anything in particular, but my skillet, okay, I can smell them starting to brown. See, this is what I want my potatoes to do. They're starting to brown. That's fried potatoes, y'all. I'm going to put that sugar in here shortly. So that's why you have to continue to stir them. You don't want them to burn, but you do want them to fry so they get that little brown on them. So you know you got some good old-fashioned fried sweet potatoes. Okay? You just have to watch them. Keep that heat high, though. Because otherwise they'll start forming all that water. But when I put the sugar in, they'll form a little bit of syrup on them. Okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can get these chops going. Okay, hold on. I will be right back. Okay, y'all, it's time to start putting the sweetener in. I've put just that fourth of a cup of sugar in so far. I don't think I'm going to need but a fourth of a cup. But this is, see, get the idea? This is what you want your fried sweet potatoes to look like. I don't want any juice really in the pan. Just whatever little bit of syrup it makes from that little bit of sugar. The butter is still doing nicely. Everything is still frying. They're getting nice and brown like I like them. Okay. Just keep them in there. Like I said, it takes about 45 minutes. It just depends. I think 45 minutes, maybe an hour. I'm not real sure, but closer to 45 minutes, I think. And just let them just continue to cook like that. And I'm going to go ahead now, while I'm putting all my sweetness in there, I'm going to go ahead and put my tablespoon of honey. Okay. That's just going to amp that taste up a little bit more. So remember, this is 2 pounds of peeled and sliced sweet potatoes, half teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of sugar, and a couple tablespoons of honey. And now what I'm going to do is just let them sit in there and continue to cook like so. I'm going to lower the heat now. You can't have that heat up high with all this sugar in the pan. So I'm just going to let them sit like there and cook. And I'm going to halfway stick that lid on there about like that. Turn that heat down. Just let them cook like so. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these chops ready to go into the pan. I tasted those potatoes a little bit. Now I wish I had cooked more. Of course, I can always cook more, but I think I should have cooked a few more, but I didn't. Okay. I've already seasoned my chops, you know, and let them sit. They've been sitting about a good hour. You know, anytime you're doing meat like to fry or bake or whatever, it's always good to go ahead and let them sit for a little while and marinate. Okay. So like I told you, these are pork steaks. So they're pretty good size. And I'm just going to flour them on each side. Not putting any milk bath or anything like that on them. Because I don't want them to brown too quick because they're pretty good size. I'm just going to toss them. I know. You know, every time I do this, I think later I should have gotten a a bag and put them in, or a shallow bowl, a deep bowl. That's okay. I think for the next ones I will. So y'all hold tight. We'll be. Gotta let my oil heat up all over again now. Okay. Okay, I believe that oil is hot enough. I'm gonna go ahead and start these in. Yep, perfect. Because I don't want them to start frying too fast, because if they do, they'll brown long before they finish cooking. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one more in there, because they are big. I can only get a couple of them at a time in there, and I'm gonna change my container. Okay, the chops are all in for now. When that pan comes out, I'll do the last pan, and we'll be done with the meal, because then all I have left to do is just to heat up my veggies. The potatoes are just about there. And I'm going to just keep that lid over it just to help to soften them a little bit. I'm not going to put it all the way, because I don't want it to form any water, because we want these potatoes fried. Okay, so y'all hang on, and I'll be right back. Y'all got time to catch up with me, or you can go make a phone call, make somebody's day, do something good for somebody. Call up and encourage somebody. I think that's what I'm going to do. Well, I can't do it on the break. My house phone is not cooperating these days. I'm trying to just order some new phones today, so I will have them tomorrow. Anywho, I'll be right back. Okay. First two are out. And what I always do, of course, is drain them on a paper towel or two. And we're going to get ready to get the next two in. Well, these sit over there and got a little soggy, but they're fine. I did change my little my flour dipping bowl. Here, let's flour these up a little bit on the sides. You know, you can't beat a good old pork chop. You know, when this is real good, like you have it, well, I could probably have 4 biscuits to eat this with. But a good old pork chop sandwich with some hot sauce on it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now, when those get done, dinner will be ready, y'all. The potatoes, they're ready. I still got the heat on them, but as you can see, it still have butter in the bottom. So remember, you have to start off with that heat high, get them going. When you get them going pretty good, you just gradually lower the heat. And after 15, maybe 20 minutes, start adding your sweeteners, sugar. I put sugar in that, stevia, and honey, so I don't have to put so much sugar. Okay, I use brown sugar, 1/4 cup of brown sugar, a couple tablespoons of stevia, well, maybe a couple teaspoons of stevia, and a couple tablespoons of honey, half teaspoon of salt, and 3/4 cup of butter. So that's how I do my fried sweet potato. Or, you know, do it the old-fashioned way how Mom used to do it after she fried some bacon. Fry those sweet potatoes in that bacon grease, or chicken grease. My mom had fried in chicken grease if she was out of bacon, didn't have the bacon grease or didn't have butter. Same difference, same taste. And of course, like I said, with this meal, with these fried pork chops, we're going to be doing some mixed veggies. So dinner is almost ready. This meal can be on the table in probably about an hour because of the time that you have to cook the sweet potatoes. Okay, so hold on and we'll be back when the chops get done. Okay, everybody, dinner is ready. Those old-fashioned fried sweet potatoes, those leftover California blend vegetables, and of course those nice golden fried pork chops with the Texas Pete to go on them, y'all. Kareem's gonna be a happy camper tonight, y'all. So, anywho, thank y'all for stopping by. Thank y'all for continuing to pray without ceasing. Thank you for all of your well wishes, your gifts, and just thank you. So glad to have y'all as part of my life. Remember to continue to pray without ceasing. Do something kind for someone. Take care of yourself, and still don't forget about getting your vaccinations for this coronavirus. And please don't forget the rules: social distancing, washing your hands, all the rules. Still abide and just take just generally continue to take care of yourself. I know summer's coming. The weather is so temptingly beautiful to be out and to congregate and to start back, but as much as we can, we've been asked to sort of pull back still a little bit. I think our time is coming that we'll be able to have those big gatherings again. I'm chomping at the bit because I'm a vacation girl. I'm a travel girl. I love to go all over the place. I love to entertain. But I'm going to hold my horses for a few more months to see what is going to happen. So I don't want anybody to become sick or just for your family members to get sick and just prolong things. So just do what you've been doing, social distance, washing your hands, and just being careful in general. I told y'all, honey, I went to the grocery store. I can't take that back. I've been to the grocery store twice in probably the last 3 months because I'm here to tell y'all, I got the message. I'm so glad for home delivery, for what's the Instacart, glad for Instacart. Use Instacart. You don't have to go out if you don't want to. I now use it because it's just a nice convenience. And so it helps me, to abide by these rules of not congregating. There's still people that don't wear masks. And it is what it is. Life such as it is, we have to continue. That's why we have to continue to pray without ceasing and be kind to one another and be thoughtful of one another in all things, and in all things give thanks to God. That for those of us who have survived this situation, just thank God every day that we wake up and it's a new day, y'all. I'm telling y'all, continue to pray for our sisters and brothers who were in harm's way for the storms that have gone through. I haven't been watching the news a lot. Just sometimes the news gets to be a little bit too much for me. So I haven't watched the news in a couple of days. So whatever's still going on in the weather, we'll continue to pray that our sisters and brothers will come through that, through the storm and be okay. Just pray in general for things happening in life. Love you guys so much. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for being part of my channel. And remember, I hardly ever remember to say this. For the news watchers, remember to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. My subscribers are going up. They're almost at 42,000. Y'all come on, help me get on to that 42. I thought by now I'd be there, but so far I'm just close. I'm really close. And remember, tune into Lady T Sensations, Tanya Howell, Abide in the Vine, All About the Banks, and of course my girl Prissy P and Miss C's Kitchen. Just remember to tune in, and Be Love, of course. Continue to tune into those channels and support those young women because they're doing a tremendous job out here. So we thank you for everything that you do. We all appreciate your subscriptions and your likes and all the kind words of encouragement that you give us to continue to do these YouTube channels. I do this. This is a labor of love. So I thank y'all for enjoying me and for telling me that you enjoy. So it just sort of keeps me going. But anywho, I'm going to get off here now because I'm getting ready to get me a piece of one of these pork chops. Matter of fact, I already got me some sitting to the sides and a few potatoes and some veggies. And that's going to be dinner for me, y'all. So until I decide to cook again now, keep those prayers going up so the blessings will continue to come down. Love you. Toodaloo. Okay, I put a piece of cheesecake or that chopped cheesecake in there, and that's the milk. That's it. That's all, folks.